This is Eric Savitz from Forbes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this week's cover story in Forbes, which is my profile of Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is the founder of two of the hottest startups in Silicon Valley, Twitter and Square. Square is a company that is trying to revolutionize the world of payments. They make a little dongle called the Square Reader. Plug the little dongle into your smartphone and you can accept credit cards. This is great for small merchants. Square has a product called Square Register, which is a piece of software that basically allows small businesses to run their businesses on an iPad. Third product that they've done is called Square Wallet. You walk into the retail store, the retailer recognizes that you're in the store, your name pops up on the register, and they can say, Mr. Savage, would you like the same latte that you had last time? The interesting thing about Jack Dorsey is not only did he start these two great companies, but he's a really interesting personality. Jack was born in St. Louis. He became interested, even in his teen years, with a very strange thing. He was obsessed with software that does dispatch, like that is to say, so scheduling bicycle messengers or taxi cabs or buses. I want to tell you a couple of little anecdotes about my experiences with Jack. I interviewed him several times. Once was in Detroit, where there was a conference, Economy, which is a Forbes partner. Jack, remember, is someone who has been in the media a lot. He's been on many television programs. He's been on Charlie Rose and CNN. He's very zen, very controlled, very calm kind of person. And as we were wrapping up our interview and he's getting ready to go on stage, Jack is suddenly looking a little jittery, a little nervous. And I said to Jack, are you okay? And he said, well, actually, I'm a little nervous this time. And I said, well, Jack, why are you so nervous? He said, well, my mom and dad are in the audience. One other interesting thing about, I want to talk about the experience of going to Square. So Square's offices are south of Market in San Francisco, very cleanly designed. Among other things, there are sketches from the very early designs that Jack had for what Square would look like, particularly the Square Reader and the Square Register product. These ripped out pieces of notebook paper have been framed. All the conference rooms are named after squares, so the Tiananmen Square and Union Square and Washington Square. Anyway, we're sitting in the office and about halfway into the interview, Jack says, let's go for a walk. We're walking from literally barging in basically into one meeting or another meeting, but there's no sense of, no one's alarmed, everyone's perfectly happy to have him there and whoever he happens to have with him, which in that case was me. And it's this philosophy of management by walking around, which was popularized by Hewlett and Packard when they were running HP back in the 1970s. It's a very open plan office. There are a lot of these very tall tables, they call them stand-up tables, where people do meetings literally standing up. You feel like you're in a beehive of activity. There's buzzing all around, and you can walk through. In one place there's a meeting about marketing, in another place there's a meeting about a presentation that's about to happen. All of this is going on in the open. Part of one of Jack's key sort of management philosophies, which is to have a very open setting and an open corporate culture. One of the rules at Square is if you hold a meeting with more than two people, one of the people at the meeting is tasked with taking notes and then taking those notes and sending them out to everyone else in the company. Jack's belief is that everyone needs to know what's going on in the company at every level. And that is part of his sense of openness and the way he wants to stay engaged with the company. There have been a number of other profiles written about Jack Dorsey. We take another approach, which is to say not only here's his story, but here are the lessons to be learned from working with Jack and from learning about the way he does business.